All right, first page on evaluating, simplifying, or solving. Any of them you want to see, Jared? 9 and 11. All right, number 9, what you have on number 9, and if you do not have yours done, or if you do not have it here, please go with me, do it with me, and then you can always copy it onto your other one if you have an extra one. But make sure if you do not have anything written, you write everything I write down. On 5, the first thing is you always want to make sure you go to the innermost parenthesis and do that first. So I'm going to bring down my 9y minus my parenthesis 4y, and then I can distribute this negative right here to each one of these. So I have negative 2y, a negative and a negative make a positive 5. Combining like terms in here, so I have 9y minus 4y minus 2y is 2y plus 5. And then I can distribute this negative. I have 9y minus 2y minus 5. What is 9y minus 2y? 7y minus 5. Did you get something different? Yeah. Just wait. I'm just seeing, making sure. Could you what? What was your question?
No, mind. Can you do one of the 1 through 3 or 1 through?
I sure can. Yep. Let's do. It doesn't matter which one. Number 2, 1 through 3. What you're doing is you put in x equals negative 1 for your x and y equals 5. So when you're doing it, it says y negative, and instead of y, we're going to put a 5 minus, instead of x, we're going to put a negative 1. So you're just literally putting in a negative 1 for your x and a 5 for your y. Negative and a negative is a positive. So I have 5 plus 1 plus 1. 5. Say it again. Oh, 5 plus 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So I have a negative 7. I thought you said something.
I did, but I thought you looked at her.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but sorry. Did you? Did you have?
I thought it was a negative 7.
Oh. All right. Questions on these two? Yep. Go ahead, Nick. Yep. I don't have the answer. I mean, I will do any of them that you want me to do, but I'll do number 9 and 11, and if you want me to come back, I will do that. All right. And I'm not, we have here, when you have two things that are set equal to 0, that means this has to equal 0 or that has to equal 0, right? So, or both, right. It could be both, but so you have to go 3x plus 5 equals 0 and 2x minus 6 equals 0. And the reason why it's or is because x will only be one thing because it's not. So we have here at one point, and then it's this or that would work. So then we subtract our 5. So we have 3x is equal to a negative 5. I divide by my 3. I have x is equal to a negative 5/3. On this side, I add 6, so I have 2x is equal to 6. I divide by my 2, so x is 3.
So we're going to get 2 answers for the ones that are all.
No, you're not always going to get 2 answers, but see how this is multiplication? And if you did x times x, it would be x squared. If it would ever be x squared, you're going to have 2 answers. So like on these ones, because there's no multiplication, you're going to get one number. This one right here, we have multiplication, so there's going to be 2 answers. So that's how you kind of can tell, is if there's multiplication involved, you're going to have two answers. But also, on these ones, you also will get two answers. Because absolute value, what happens? The first thing you always have to do is get your absolute value sign by itself. So I'm going to divide by 3. So I have the absolute value of 2x plus 1 is equal to 3. Now, you know those bubbles that you see above cartoon characters when they're thinking? If you have an absolute value sign and it equals 3, what could be in here? 3 or negative 3. So that means that 2x plus 1 either equals 3 or 2x plus 1 would equal the negative 3. No, then we have to solve them out. But so then you come to this problem and you subtract 1. So you have 2x is equal to 2. Divide by 2, x is 1. On this side, well, because you probably didn't get the other answer though. So we subtract 1. So we get 2x is equal to a negative 4. Divide by my 2, x is equal to negative 2. I'll tell you tomorrow. I have a meeting today after school. I don't know what the answer is to that. I am hoping and praying, but
We did last year.
yep.
I don't know about
So yeah, I'm just saying. I have to. It's whatever the school says. So I will find out after school, and I am going to battle that you get 8.5 by 11 sheet. Is what I'm battling for. So I'll tell you if I win tomorrow. All right. Any others on the front side?
Don't flip it over yet.
Yeah, I would say maybe.
So do 8.
I say 8.
8 and 6.
Okay.
Hey, Miss for like 2 seconds, can you just move it over? After that, what do you do?
8, 9.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. All right. First of all, these are not absolute value signs. These, and it does look, might be hard to tell, but straight up and down is your absolute value. These are curved. So the only thing looking at here, the first thing you have to do is to do what with this negative? Distribute it. So I have 8y minus 5y. A negative and a negative is a plus 9 is equal to a negative 160. Because after you distribute it, yep. All right, Dylan, if you have this page done, you can go real quick. Be quick. All right, Tony, I'm the teacher. I got it. 8y minus 5y is 3y. Plus 9 is equal to a negative 160. Yes. Now I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys continue to have side conversations and you have to listen to me, I'm stopping. So please be respectful to the other classmates, because I will stop. Because I know this, I'm ready for the test. It will hurt me if you do bad on the test, but I am willing to stop. If you don't want to listen to me and you guys just want to work together, I can stop. I'm only doing it because you want me to. So I'm subtracting my 9 from both sides. So I have 3y is equal to a negative 169. And then I simply divide by my 3. So I have my... Is that what it is? So negative 56.3 repeating.
Repeating?
Yep. Because that means it's the third. Alright. I know you guys want me to do 10, so I want you guys to think about, on 10, what you have to set it equal to. 2x plus 8 equals...
Well, we're not solving for that.
We are. On what one?
On
10. Yep, we are solving for 10, but it has absolute value sign, so you have to think of your bubble and what could be in there. It could be 16, or it could have been negative 16. So 2x plus 8 is 16, or 2x plus 8 is equal to a negative 16. So you have to make sure you're doing both of those. Then you want to solve them out separately. So you're going to subtract the 8. So you have 2x is equal to 8. Divide by 2, x is equal to 4. Other side, we're subtracting the 8. So negative 16 minus 8 gives me negative 24. Divide by my 2, x is equal to a negative 12. Whenever it says the bars, yep, bars means absolute value, because remember that the absolute value of 3 is 3, and the absolute value is negative 3 is 3. So whenever you have the bars by themselves, the absolute value, then you have to make sure you set it to two things. If there's a number here or something, you have to make sure you get the absolute values by itself first. Yep. All right. Questions off. So that means you have to finish up the other ones. If you didn't get those done, you have to finish up the other ones. Questions off of this one. 12 and 13. All right. All right, so, and 16? All right. So, here we go. Number 12. Number 12, the first thing that you want to do is always think about these as just like an equal sign. So if this was an equal sign, what would be the first thing you would do? Add 16. So we're going to add 16. So I have negative 8y, and I want to keep my sign so it's greater than, and then we have our negative 40 plus my 16 is a negative 24. And I have to then divide by a negative 8. Anytime you divide or multiply by a negative, you have to flip that sign. Yep. Or multiply. Yep. Dividing and multiplying actually is the same thing, because I could have multiplied by a 1 over 8. So it is going to be y, flipping my sign, and it is a positive 3, because negative and negative. Because negative 40 plus 16 is a negative 24. Okay. Yep. Whenever you have your x's are in the, we have x's are in the middle, what you're going to do is you're going to subtract 1, but you have to subtract 1 from every single term. So we're going to subtract 1 here, we're going to subtract 1 there, and we're going to subtract 1 there. So I have negative 4 is less than your x, which is less than 7. When, this is a 7.
No, above that.
Oh, it's, sorry, negative 1. I subtracted 1. I don't have a little eraser. This is a minus 1. On number 12, do I what? Okay, time out, guys. I can't hear his question. On number 12. This? No, because there's no other, see how this has 2 of them? It has to keep 2. This only has 1, so it's only going to have 1. Yep. Remember when you do this cube, make sure you do it to each one of these. When you cube something, so we have negative 4 cubed. That means negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. So negative 4 cubed is negative 64. x squared cubed. If you have x squared and you're cubing it, what do you do to the exponents? Not add them, multiply them. You add them when you're multiplying, but if you're raising it to, you multiply. So that would be x to the 6th. And we're multiplying this, so it's going to be y to the negative 3.
That's it?
Yep.
We can multiply it?
Whenever you are raising to an exponent, you multiply exponents. When you're multiplying them, you add exponents.
Okay.
Nick?
So we only have to have first 3 pages done.
For today. For today, that was. Today, what I'm going to do is, since I'm going through a lot of this, I actually might find the other unit 1 part, and you guys I might have you work on that tonight, so that you're working on the same stuff we just did. So, basically, this whole packet is going to be due by the end of the time. So, just make sure you're always working.
What's due tomorrow?
As much as you can get done.
Okay. So let's say we don't have it done tomorrow, but we end up getting the whole packet done by the end.
As long as you're working.
We can still get those points for the exam.
But biggest thing is this, I'm not going to just give you an answer. But if you ask me how to do one of them, I will do them.
Yeah.
But, yep. Okay. So, when you are dividing, what do you do with exponents? Subtract them. So, we have here 63 divided by 9 is 7. You have x squared. And where's my y's going to end up? I have 5 on the top and 8 on the bottom. And it says, yep, using positive exponents, so it's going to stay on the bottom, and it's going to be to the 3rd. Because there's 8 of them. You have 8 on the bottom, you have 5 on the top. So how many would be left on the bottom? Can I what? Can I sing something? Oh, no. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. When I multiply, what do I do to the exponents? Yep. When you multiply variables, what do you do to the exponents? Add them. So I have x, and I have x to the 4th, so that's x to the 5th. Z to the 4th, z to the 3rd, we have z to the 7th.
So all you do is distribute for that one?
Pretty much you are distributing, but you're really just combining your like terms, because you have to do x's with x's and z's with z's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you do one of the story problems?
Alright, I'll do one of the story problems, then I'll let you try the other. Alright, so it says, Sam's farm is 20% of the size of Alan's farm. The area of Sam's farm is 30 acres. How big is Alan's farm? So, the first thing we're going to do is we'll call Alan's farm Y. And then we're going to reread it. And that means that Sam's is going to be X. Alright, so it says, not today, not this hour. Alright, I'll just finish it. Anyway, so how big is Alan's farm? So Alan's farm is your Y. So let's, Sam's farm, which is X, is 20%, which equals 20% of Alan's farm, which is my, what does of mean? Multiplying. So it's of Y. Yep. So now it says that Sam's farm is 30 acres. So Sam's is X. So I'm going to put 30 in here. same. All right, then divide by 0.2. So you have 20, or you have 30 divided by 0.2 is 150 acres. Yeah, that's what I got the last time. That's good. When it says solve for P or solve for B, that means you're getting it by itself. What did I tell you you could do to get rid of fractions? Multiply. So on 20, I'd multiply all of it by 2 to get rid of my fraction. So I would multiply this side by 2 and this side by 2. 2 times A is 2A. This cancels because 2 times 1/2 is 1 is equal to BH. And then all I would do is I'm solving for B, so I'd have to divide by H. So B is equal to 2A over H.
That was chapter 4, wasn't it?
Nope, this is all chapter 1. Yep, this is all from 1. How do you solve for P? Okay, this is what we want to get rid of. So we have to get this by itself first. So, not yet. We have to get rid of this first. So subtract A.
From Q, right?
Yep, from Q. So it's Q minus A is equal to a negative PRT. Divide by close, RT but negative. So we have P is equal to Q minus A over RT, and then we have it negative because of that negative. Well, being the negative on the bottom or pulling it out in front is the exact same thing. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay. No, we still have this last page that you guys were supposed to have. Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Wait. Oh,
Is it really in your pocket?
Well, it's either in this pocket or my other pocket. I always carry it.
You're such a lifesaver. Phone has 28%.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
28%.
I do. It's probably.
So your point.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna turn into Jake.
You're playing with your phone in math class, Katie? Come on. Yeah.
Hey, your phone went off.
No, that was mine.
Oh.
Do you want to? Are you plugging it in up here?
Sure, I'll go by with it.
I mean, because that's what you have to do. Just go into the computer. I don't have like the wall plug.
That's cool. What is that thing?
It's
I want
When you press a button and it wraps itself up.
yeah, it's just so it's smaller.
You get that from Five Below?
I have no idea. My husband got it for me.
Probably.
My husband got it for me.
I love that story.
I have one of those at
Okay.
home, and to make my charger longer, I have the thing that you can plug it on both sides, and then I plug it on, and so that way my
All right.
phone.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, just because of sake of time, what I'm going to do is to hopefully help you out, maybe, is
Not charging the key.
So how many points is this review gonna count as?
On my
a point of problem. So I haven't figured. Okay. So find page 6, ladies and gentlemen. Find page 6.
I hate this space so much, it like locks onto the side of my phone.
Just a second. Did everyone find page 6? Page 6, right here, and the one right before it. All right. So page 6 and the one right before it is the exact same concept as what we went over today. Since you guys really seem like you needed a lot of direction, which is fine, I want you guys to try these problems now on your own so that tomorrow I can answer any questions from this. All right? Does that make sense? Okay, so if you get these 2 pages done, you can always work on anything else. but I want you to really try hard to work on these pages. All right? All right.
This is not trying